What is up, guys? It's Please Squirt again, and this is gonna be the second part to my little marijuana rant, I guess. The first one is just kind of me telling you the facts that's in my previous video. Go ahead and check that out. It's titled "The More You Know," and this one is gonna be more about my personal experience with it, since like I said, I have done it before. So how I started, basically, when I was first introduced to it, um, with my best friends, my friend. Well, I'm not. I don't want to say his name, so I'm just let's just leave it at that. One of my best friends. Since I skateboard a lot, we would skateboard by this CC's thing. Like there was a ledge, and we would skate over there. And one of his friends had come over. One of his friends that I knew, and apparently them two had done it before. I hadn't done it yet, and so his friend came up and was like, "Oh yeah, come on, you, me, let's do this," talking to him. And that's when I was like, hey, I want to get in on this. I wanted to try something new, and we ended up doing a little bit, and I ended up liking it. We went to CC's afterwards and ate. But I didn't. It was my first time, so I didn't really get high. I know some people get really high their first time. Some people don't get high at all their first time. I didn't get high like the first 4 times that I did it, but that's just me. Um, Afterwards, I did it a few more times, and like once we were smoking a blunt inside a car, we were hotboxing it, and we did the whole blunt. It was me and 4 people, and I really didn't get high. I didn't really feel really high. I didn't actually get really high, like high, sound like you're supposed to, until a few times in. We were doing it behind this little mountain, not mountain. It was a mound of dirt inside this place called the Preserve, where there were houses that were under construction. I don't know, they ran out of money or something, and they just kind of left them. And so there was a mound of dirt there, and we'd go back there, and my friend had a little bowl that my friend Bill had sold to him. And so we started doing it, and as I was doing it, a couple hits in, I started talking to myself a lot, like not out loud, but like in my head, like I don't kind of like narrating everything that I was doing, or like anything that I was thinking. I was like, hey, wow, is this what it feels like to be high? Am I high yet? Wow, that leaf looks really weird. Why are they all looking at me? Like just things like that. Like I was always talking inside my head. So once it hit me that I was high, I was just like, whoa, everything, was kind of blurry. I had goldfish memory, and that's when I was just like, okay, I am high. I am stoned. This is what it's supposed to feel like. And I just sat down, like I didn't know how to react. I just sat down. I'm actually doing it right now. I put my hands on my head, because, I'm remembering vividly. I put my hands on my head, and I was just thinking, I was like, wow, I am really, really high. Hold on, I'm going to move my mic. Sorry if you guys can hear that. I'm really, really high. And then that's when it hit me. And so then, we finished it up, and I was just walking, and I had my skateboard with me, and, I was trying to like do tricks. And I mean, I couldn't do it. Some people say they skate better when they're high. I couldn't do it. I did a kickflip and a tray flip, but they were all really sloppy, and my coordination was just not what it's normally at. My reflexes were crap. So we were walking, and as we were walking over to his house, and to walk to his house, we went through my house, not through my house, but like on the street that where my house is on. So as I was walking, as we were all walking, like no, we were on our skateboards. So as we were skating there, as we were skating over to his house, I remember hearing one of them say something like, "I like dick," or something like that. Like I don't know why, but that's what I heard him say. Like he looked at me, turned around, and said, "I like dick." And I was like, "Did you say you like dick?" And he was like, "No," because he said he didn't say. I don't know if I was just hearing things, because that isn't actually the first time that happens, where I hear something that they never actually said, but it looked like they did. So as we were going, I see my I see my dad pulling in, and me and my family, we have a pretty good relationship. So when I see them pulling in, it's customary that I would at least go say hi, hug them, give them a kiss on the cheek, something. So I went up, and we had just got done doing it, and so I went up, and I hugged him, and I kissed him on the cheek, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna go over to his house. I was like, okay, whatever. He was in the garage, and as I was walking away, I could swear I heard him say in Spanish, because Spanish is my first language, and Spanish is what my dad spoke. "I estado fumando," which means he's been smoking. And when I heard that, when I thought I heard that, I started freaking out. Like, not literally, I didn't go bananas right there. I was like, okay, we skated home, trying to act as normal as possible. We skated home, went to his house, and there's nobody home. And I just sat down and I was like, dude, and I told him, I was like, dude, I think I'm caught. I'm in trouble. I'm gonna get home. They know that I'm high. They know. I mean, because weed, what the part that it really affects, the THC, is your little paranoia thing. So you're a lot more paranoid than usual. So that's bound to, you might hear things like that. You might think, some people are watching you, looking at you, but that's just, I mean, it all depends on how your experience is. And so this is my first time actually getting really, really high, and I just kept thinking, I'm caught, I'm caught. Eventually, I forgot about it, and I enjoyed the time that I was there. Honestly, in between that, it's kind of a blur. And then I went home, and I acted like nothing. After I had crashed, I acted like nothing happened. They didn't say anything. Nothing happened. All right, everything was dandy doodly. Everything was going good. They didn't find out. So this was during the summer. Summer had just started, and for summer we get 2 months off. And throughout those 3 months, after I'd started, me and my friends started smoking weed every day, like thereafter. So I was getting high every day. Now, so it's I mean, I don't know. It's sort of, it's not normal. I don't know. I guess it's sort of like a phase. I've been told, like, some people teenagers nowadays always go through a little bit of a pothead stage. I don't know. I did. I went through a little pothead stage, and throughout these sorry, I'm playing with a stapler. And throughout these 3-4 months where I was smoking weed every day, I guess that was it. And all I wanted to do was smoke weed, and then got to the point where I would actually get mad when they smoked weed without me. I know, right? And the weirdest thing is, throughout these 4 months that I was doing it every day, I only actually paid for it maybe once. So, there's nothing for me to complain about. Because my friend's dad is a doctor, so whenever he just asked for money. Oh, we're gonna go eat across the street at Chipotle. Okay, here's $20, and then, spend like 10 maybe getting food, CC's, whatever, or just spend it all on weed. Like either some of it always went towards weed. And so 3 or 4 months like that, and then Alex, oh shit, I just said his name. Oops. Well, my friend, he ended up getting caught. Not caught, but there were kind of suspicions because he was eating and having a lot. It was just he was the first one that his parents were sort of like, whoa, what's going on? And then he got kind of grounded. I think they found text messages from the dealer, saying how much like how much he wanted for the next time. And honestly, the first few times when we were doing it, when we were buying, we were getting ripped off. I'm talking like, I mean, good stuff like dro and things like that, and maybe sometimes some kush for like 2 grams for like $60. Like, we were getting so ripped off. It was ridiculous. But we were young. We didn't know what we were doing. We just wanted to get the stuff. And he actually ended up like trading in some of his games and stuff. And I know it sounds like, wow, you're really addicted, but then here's the deal. I actually, afterwards, it was me. Now, this is about to be my first time getting caught, that I'm about to tell you guys. So we were ripping my friend's bowl right over, no, not bowl, a bong. He had this little green bong, maybe about a foot big or so. And so we were doing it back where we would always do it. We were doing it, and then I got a call from my sister, and she was like, you need to come home now and take care of your brother. And I was like, yeah, I guess, whatever, I'll go. I was already high. I was like, yeah, all right, bye. So I hung up, and I'm like, come on, pass me the bowl. Last hit, I gotta go. And I hit the bowl here. I'll make the noise just for effect. I have a water bottle. I'm really good at this. Took the hit, and then I blew it out, and then in my pretty little happy mind, I'm thinking, oh man, I'm getting on my bike and I'm riding, and I mean, walking it's only 5 minutes away. On bike it's like 2 minutes, and I was literally just doing it with like 4 other people, and I'm going, and I'm like, oh, I'm straight, everything's good, nothing's gonna happen. And in my mind, I could actually like practically see the smoke literally coming off of me. Like, that's how I felt. And I walk in, and wow, I'm really running out of time, so I'm gonna speed this up. I walk in, and my sister and her boyfriend are, having a conversation. I just, try to walk by, not even making eye contact. Then she calls me over. She's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Because she saw, I guess, she said when I walked in, it was like a wall of smoke just walked in. She calls me, and she's like, "Whoa, She saw my eyes were red. She asked me if I smoked. I kept denying. She ended up talking to my sister. After she talked to my sister, they decided mutually, to go tell. And yeah, that was my first time getting caught. My dad's here. My mom's here. So I'm gonna wrap this up.